Hey, Roadrunners. Welcome back to Live Medallion. It's been a hectic time since the last time we talked. A lot of things going on, family-ish, that kind of fun stuff. But I'm still here to let you know what I think is going on, what I think is up, up for grabs in Thursday night's game, in which the Tulane Green Wave, a better football team on paper, a better football team in record-wise, and probably a better football team talent-wise, compared to our Roadrunners come Thursday night, our lights out game. Our Roadrunners are going to be wearing black. We're going to be just wondering, can we hang? What do you think we can do to stop the onslaught that is a Tulane Green Wave from giving us the business come Thursday night? Right? That's what this is about. This ain't no sunshine pumping, letting you know, rah, 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 sis boom bah, look at what we did against Rice. Right? That's been erased. North Texas took that away from us. So let's just go into it. So here I am. I'm back. I'm using ESPN. I'm just looking at the ESPN website and talking about this. So let's talk about Tulane's got a 65% chance matchup predictor to our 35% at home. They're 6-1, 3-0, 3-0 in the American. We're 3-4, 1-2 in the American. They haven't had a single bad loss. We've had a couple. I'm sure you guys saw James Madison, which is a good football team, but that was still a Tuesday night game, the Fun Belt, right? Go into San Marcos and just put it on Texas State. This is not good for us, and a lot of this has to do with the roosters coming home to roost, the chickens coming home to roost, whatever, right? The piper's got to be paid. Now, do I think we have zero chance of winning this football game? No, of course not. That's why they played the game. Even the matchup predictor says we have a 35% chance. They have basically 2-1 odds, right? 2-1 odds. I don't give ourselves a 35% chance. I will say that if we get the kind of effort, the kind of performance from all across the board that we got against Rice, then we have a chance. But it has to be that good. And that's exactly what I said when we played North Texas, and we weren't even close, right? So let's just go down. Let's just do some simple, fun stuff. Let's talk about our last five, right? Our last five. Our best win of our last five would be Colorado State, 17-16. I'm not counting Rice. I could, but I'm not going to. I think Colorado State's a better football team than Rice. So us going into, is it Fort Collins? I don't know, whatever. Fort Collins, Colorado, and, coming out with a victory against Colorado State, that was great, right? Tulane, what would you consider of their last five? They're 4-1 in their last five. Would Duke be their best win? Would Army be their best win? Right? Army played them tough. Army's a tough team to defeat, right? They had Army at home. They beat Army 24-17. That was their last game, right? They beat Duke 34-27. We do full schedule to see who else they beat, because that's 4-1, right? Oh yeah, they beat Northwestern. So they have two. Yeah, I know you're gonna say, but are they though? But really though, are they really? I know they're in the conferences, but are they really? They beat Northwestern, they beat Duke. They've played 3 Power 5 schools, and they're 2-3 against them. In full disclosure, I was wrong about Memphis. I was wrong about Memphis and Who do they play? South Florida. I really thought South Florida was going to take care of business. Hold on, let me shut the door. So that bothers me that I was wrong about that. So Memphis is the class, and Tulane is probably going to be the class, right? Let's go back. Okay. Let's talk about this is where the game is going to be determined 100%. Tulane QB, 1,428 throwing yards, 116 for 190 attempts. So he's not all that accurate. 6 TDs, 1 INT. Owen is 137 of 216. He's better than Owen. 13 TDs, 4 INTs. We have the edge at Robert Henry, which is great. Robert Henry's still doing good. He has 868 yards. We're 3-4, so he's well over 100 yards a game, right? Their best rusher is their QB. He has 70 carries, 450 yards, 8 TDs. So it's their offense runs through their QB. Their best wide receiver has 314 receiving yards, and ours, Devin McEwen, is our highest at 364. Anyawu has 5 sacks to their Dyson that has 4.5 sacks. Their best tackler is, oh my word, Tianchu, 48, and Banks Jr. Shad has 45, right? That is pretty stout stuff. So they're beating us all the way across the board. Our offense is 384 yards a game. Their offense is 404. Their defense is 384 yards a game. Our defense is 397 yards a game. We're in trouble. We're in big time trouble. I hate to say it, but we're in big time trouble. I think we have a 10% chance because I don't see a path that how we could beat and defeat Tulane. I feel bad saying that, but that's just how it is. I can't help it. I feel bad saying it, but I shouldn't feel bad saying it. I'm just being honest with you guys. I mean, if I wasn't honest, I wouldn't be doing this. This is what my eyeballs see. And I'm going to challenge those of y'all that watch this to stop ignoring your eyeballs. Stop making excuses. Stop making reasons. Yes, we know we need a covered practice facility. Yes, we know we need more money. Right? Add a bag of chips to that, and all you'd have is those same excuses and a bag of chips. I hate to sound that way, but it is what it is. I love my university. I don't like the direction it's going. I don't like the whole rebranding to UT San Antonio. I'll be upfront and honest with that. I don't like it. I don't see why that had to be done. I really feel like we put hardworking, successful roadrunners to the back, right? To the back of the bus. Like, screw you guys. I couldn't vote, and maybe it was because the student base didn't vote for raising athletic fees to help the programs out, right? Maybe. So they're like, screw it. We're just going to go like we're academia. But you're throwing it in my face, right? You're throwing it in my face. I had nothing to do with that. And but I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there in the front row at the 20-yard line watching the band come in. And I'll have my one beer because they're just too damned expensive. And there's not a single tariff that's causing that with Mexico. Not a single tariff. Just city of San Antonio and the concessions milking us. Right? That's all there is to it. Now, our front six has to play lights out. Our wide receivers can't play lights out. Not that they can't, but if they can't be the ones that are playing lights out, they won't save us. Our front six has to play lights out to allow our back five to really get into position and have a chance to play above their heads. We know what our front six can do. We know. We've seen it. And they have to play lights out. They have to feed off the crowd. They have to get to that quarterback. They have to keep him contained. They have to understand that he's going to run the ball and not bite on fakes and just follow him. Follow his hips, right? Watch the football. That's our only hope. That's our only hope. We can't play Swiss cheese defense and hope our offense outguns them because I just don't see it happening. They held Northwestern to 3 points. Now, Northwestern might be super duper bad, but I don't care. It's still a school that attracts bigger, faster, stronger, bigger, stronger, faster, whatever, right? So we have a road to go, a road to hoe and a hill to climb, a mountain to climb. I'm going to respond, hey, what's up? How's it going? My one fan. Glad you're here. We have to, with our 3 down linemen, maybe 4 down linemen, how we play with the one edge rusher up, we cannot let that pocket expand. It has to collapse, and it has to collapse properly. This is the kind of quarterback that my fear is. We try to do a lot of stunts, which we do, and we're really good at them. Don't get me wrong. We're really well coached there. That if we do that, he's the kind of quarterback that can make us pay for it, right? He's the kind of guy that has the experience that can move on. He sees that coming up, and he's gone. As soon as he sees an opening, he's gone, right? Not necessarily a run-first quarterback, but not afraid to run when he sees an opening, and he's gone. Because that tires out the pursuers, right? We know that every wide receiver we line up with our secondary, it's an even match, or they're better than our secondary. So, like I said, it's our front six, and it's going to take up the front six, and that's what's got me scared. Because if I could say our front five could get to them, if we can, then we have a huge chance. But it's going to take front six, most likely. What do you think? What do you think? You've seen Tulane. They've got, like I said, 2 Power 5 wins, Power 5 conference wins. Lost to Ole Miss, and they played pretty good against Ole Miss. This is a tough game. This 2 weeks ago, I said we could easily see the beginning of a 3-game stretch where our defense gives up 55, 56, 60, whatever. It could be a 3-game stretch of 50 plus to 20 or less. And just we're never in the game. It could be a stretch of that. How are you going to feel about that? Right? How are you going to feel if that happens? That's where the state of the affairs is in regards to our program. I feel like I sit around a lot of people that love our program, love our school. They're there. But I have noticed, specifically this year and started last year, it happens. You got to win, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying everyone has the rabid fandom that I do. But I've noticed a lot of different people sitting in seats that I'm used to it being a consistent individual. Like take it last year. Seats to the back to the left of me. Last year, 3 of the 6 games, home games, were filled by the actual seat owners. And then the other 3 were like family or they sold them off, right? Behind me, the guy that lives in Colorado would come in for the first game, or he'd come in for the Christmas game or Thanksgiving game. I'm sorry. He didn't come in for the first game. And nobody's, his buddies that he gives the tickets to haven't been coming in. So how do you feel about that? We still have 22,000 because that's a good sign for season tickets, but I am really worried we will see a dramatic drop off if this 3-game stretch. More than 1,500 seats drop off in season tickets. I'm concerned. All right, so I said I'd talk about the Order 66 on college coaches. That, to me, it's wild. Billy Napier got fired, right? After a win. After a win. They didn't wait till the end of the season. After a win. Now, it doesn't really matter because the way coaches are paid, basically their contract's paid once the season starts, right? And then their contract re-ups January, right? That's kind of how it works. January to December, right? Calendar year. So he was already paid. The only thing is they could have waited. Maybe they wanted to get rid of him, and there was something else in his contract that says if he lasts this long, he's got some kind of coach's option. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. Brian Kelly, that was bad at LSU, right? They're only 5-3 though. They're only 5-3. So he and Napier had to really upset some powers that be to find themselves out, right? Then you've got James Franklin. I know I'm forgetting somebody, but those are 3 notables, right? There's more. Well, Trent Dilfer at UAB, right? I think Trent Dilfer got fired this year, or did he get fired last year? Was it this year? Yeah, last year was what's his name, the old Texas coach and Ohio State offensive coordinator. There's a lot of open coaching positions, right? Willie Fitz is doing great at Houston. They've only lost 1 game. They've had some cardiac games, but they've still won them. So it looks like you can't say Houston did bad by Traylor saying no to him. Texas Tech, Traylor said no. What's his name? Joey McGuire. He's doing good. We've heard Coach speak from Coach Traylor, talk about how he loves the area, his family loves the area. You know, making a lot of money living in Bernie, Texas. That money goes a long way. I ain't gonna lie, man. So I could see why he isn't necessarily chasing money. But there's a phrase, the natives are getting restless, right? And this 3-game stretch could have the fan base turn on him. What could be wrong with the team? Are players playing hurt? Are they not being coached up? If players are playing hurt, then my question is, say it's a key player. Say Devin McEwen keeps going out there. Say Houston keeps going out there at tight end starting, right? And they're not 100%. But we keep throwing them out there in a starting position, right? Instead of the backup. Is that what's happening, and it's slowing us down until we finally get through our rotation and getting the other players in there? Is that what's happening? I know with my own two eyes, and you've heard me say this, we don't worry about our defense. Our defense is 12 new players, 11 new players. There's sometimes we had 12 men on the field, but 11 players, they're all brand new. Do you think our defense might, let's put it this way, is our defense as bad as everyone says they are, and as bad as you think they look, as bad as everyone says they tackle, do you get a sense that they lack effort, that they look defeated? Every time I watch the games, I go, oh man, our defense is about to give up, right? About to give up. They surprise me. And I think that there's the difference between our offensive side of the ball and our defensive side of the ball. Our defensive side of the ball, they might not be dogs, but they have the attitude of dogs, right? They're chomping at the bit to do something, right? And I don't get that feeling from the offensive side of the ball. Robert Henry, I do. His performance shows it, right? I feel like the personality of our team isn't equal on both sides of the ball. Do I think our offensive side of the ball is going through the motions necessarily? I don't think that's the case. Do I think they're giving less than 100%? I wouldn't say that. But I would say I don't feel like 100% is there every snap. You can't notice it unless you really, really look for it. But let me take, for example, with Temple, right? We lost that game, and Owen gets sacked. And that was the saddest sack ever in the history of college football. The way they just grabbed his ankle, he went down, and he's laying on his back, almost like, man, I don't want to get up, right? Just let me lay here in my misery. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of what it felt like to me. And I'm not putting it on him, but maybe the offensive guys just kind of have that, right? It's weird. It's weird to have that feeling from my standpoint that maybe that's what it is. I'm not seeing a one team. Times in the past, and I'll keep an eye out on this. Times in the past, when a defensive player do something great, I would see offense on my end of the field that I sit. I would see offensive players coming off, defensive players right there with them, right? Celebrating with them, right? And vice versa. Because offensive players are on, that side of the field, watching, and they work their way down, and then boom, they're high-fiving. I don't know if I've seen that. It doesn't stick out to me. Let's put it that way. And if it doesn't stick out to me, then maybe it's not there. But I'll look for it this time. And somebody call me out on it. Make the comment, did you see this? That way I'll be honest. And I'll have to be honest with, well, you know what? I forgot to look for it again. Or, you know what? I didn't notice it. Like, you can see a lot of the stuff, I got people I talk to that sit near me. I'm watching the game and stuff like that. And you got the video where I took of Corey Mayfield doing the little running thing. that we do against North Texas because they made fun of us, right? And so that was kind of back in your face. And we kind of did that in terms of when we played North Texas, but boy, that that burned us. That burned us bad, right? Oh, so I'll see. So back to the coaching carousel. I honestly 100% believe we're going to have a big purge of coaches. I would be highly, highly surprised if we keep Coach Haynes. He's the prize of our coaching staff. He's the prize. Outside of Coach Traylor, obviously. Do I think Coach Traylor could be the guy for someone else? Oh, absolutely. But I do know he needs a better budget to find, a better staff, and he can't go through promoting from within all the time. He's got to stop that. He's got to be able to stop that. Plain and simple. He's got to find somebody that comes in from the outside and fits in. Understand being loyal. If a guy's working hard and you're doing satisfactory, right? And we all understand, why blow it up and get somebody in that doesn't do the job? Anyway, I'm going to end this stream with this comment and this thought provoking comment for you guys. Would it be so bad if Coach Traylor left? Would it be so bad if Coach Traylor left? Think about what I'm asking. Peace out. Birds up. See you in the dome tomorrow. Boo!